Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jacob Bennett. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Crux Analytics. Crux is the relationship intelligence platform for small business banking. We are focused on the fact, and what we know is that the one-to-one relationship between a small business owner and a banking partner is really the core pillar of successful small business banking. It is in that relationship that you see better business outcomes, better client satisfaction, and also growth to your bottom line as an institution. We often hear bankers talk about the coveted trusted advisor relationship that they are striving for, and it's also the thing that many small business owners are looking for, particularly now in these tumultuous times. The unfortunate fact, however, is that currently a lot of your bankers are focused more on the operational tasks that surround small business banking and not on providing value as the trusted advisor in that core relationship. On any given day, they're expected to maintain dozens, if not hundreds, of active relationships. They run outbound sales, capture inbound, and also navigate those relationships across different lines of business. It is the relationship that is falling by the wayside, but it is also that relationship that enables community-focused financial institutions to differentiate, win with businesses, and drive sustainable growth. So how do we solve this conundrum? How do we empower your bankers to juggle multiple balls, but also provide an exceptional relationship? That is where Crux comes in. Crux takes on the logistical burden of forming and maintaining small business relationships, and we also provide your bankers with tools to allow them to be a much more proactive partner to their small business clients. Crux drives growth at the institutional level, it drives efficiency for the banker, and it drives more productive partnership for the small business owner. I'm going to walk you through one of the use cases we've seen a lot recently from our customers, and that's driving outbound sales. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that every banking executive sitting in this room right now wishes their institution was better at outbound sales. If you don't, please come and find me, tell me how you conquered it. So today I'm playing the role of a branch manager, and if I'm being honest with myself, I'm not super comfortable having conversations with business owners. I don't really feel like I know enough to add value to that conversation, and businesses are much more complex than my retail customers. So how can Crux help me? Well, let's jump in. What you're looking at here is really the heart of Crux. It is our priorities dashboard. What this does in function is it helps the banker understand at any point in time, where should I be allocating my resources, what should I be thinking about. In essence, it is a prioritized mix of outbound prospects, inbound leads, and existing relationships. When it comes to driving outbound, I like to think of this central hub as sort of like Spotify for small business banking. We are feeding the banker prime leads within their market in the same way that Spotify always seems to know exactly what song you want to listen to next. Our system actively hunts for those prime leads within their markets, and that's informed by looking for lookalikes to high performers within their existing portfolio. We also actively monitor every single active relationship in their portfolio, so they never miss a potential engagement opportunity or potential red flag. We're going to launch into an engagement here, if my Wi-Fi lets me. Try that again. There we go. We're going to launch into engagement. That's going to take me into the core business dashboard. So this is where I can really dig deep into the specifics of this business. At the top of my report here with the engagement action, Crux is telling me this is why we've highlighted this business as a high priority right now. This happens to be an action-driven event. If I open my engagement action here, you can see that I'm provided with a personalized narrative for this business. I can send this narrative out directly to the business owner, either through my CRM if we've chosen to integrate, or through Crux if you prefer to use us as a standalone platform. I can also generate additional narrative for this business if I choose. This is the first time that I'm looking at this business, so I'm going to start by looking at the high-level information around it, including understanding what the business does, who the primary decision maker is as a human being, and other entities that are also related to this business. Next up, Crux is telling me in plain English in my insights how the world is changing around this business on a hyper-local level and how that is directly affecting potential risk and opportunity for the entity. Crux also helps me understand down here which products I should be prioritizing when I actually engage with this business, and whether there is actually an optimal time to reach out and have that conversation. You can see we are now in that engagement window, which is one of the reasons this business has been prioritized. I'm able to immediately assess the potential value of this net new relationship in terms of possible deposits they might bring and transactional volumes. I'm able to understand immediately who the customer is to this business, what the customer thinks about the business, how and when they are engaging with the business throughout the course of a year, and where they are located. Within that true serviceable area, I'm able to see whether the local economy and industry is in a firm enough position to support this business as it operates. And I can also understand some of those key operational costs. I can access the active borrowing status of the business, including seeing who has filed these liens, where they have other relationships, and I can directly access news articles that relate to the business owner, and other executives. Finally, I can see a pretty comprehensive view of the local state of competition that directly competes with this business, and I can also see how customers speak about the competitors in direct comparison with the business itself. I can do all of these things instantaneously without any additional effort, and I can also do it without any input from the business itself. But let's also not forget that at the very beginning, Crux had already synthesized all of these insights before I even digested them into a personalized outreach for this business that I pushed out. This particular business that you're looking at, Crux actually prioritized for one of our customers on Monday of last week, and on Friday, this business applied for an SBA 7A loan. To summarize, without Crux, I was a reactionary and passive partner to my business clients. With Crux, I'm able to drive a proactive, anticipatory engagement with them. I'm able to fully support my businesses through the trusted advisor relationship that they are desperately looking for, and in doing so, I can drive sustainable growth. If your bank or credit union has winning with small business as a line item on your growth, please reach out. We are Crux Analytics, the business intelligence platform for small business banking. Thank you.